everyone. My name is Chloe, and today I'm here with another TGI Friend Day. So, this lady is a gem, and she's a baby, and yet I learn so much from her, and her vlogs are wonderful. Like everything about her videos just give me life. She does recommendations, she does shout outs, she does vlogs, she does all sorts of wonderful things. So, Avery, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Oh, you're so sweet. You're gonna make me like cry. Oh my gosh. Um, my name is Avery. I'm from the channel Averie Loves Books. I talk about a bunch of romance books. And yeah, Chloe basically summed it up of what kind of
Yeah.
videos I make. So yeah.
Yeah. And you really read like more than anybody I've talked to at this point. I feel like you read the whole spectrum of romance, I think. Like
Yeah,
you really read it all.
I'm not really closed off to anything really. I like to try everything at least once,
Yeah,
except for like scary books. I don't do scary stuff.
me either. I value sleep too much and I'm just a wimp. Nope.
Same.
Nope. So how did you get into reading?
I've always been a reader. I was known in elementary school of the girl that carried a book around with her
Oh,
everywhere she
really?
went.
Oh, you're
Like,
a little
yeah, and
Matilda.
basically, and then my teachers, I remember the specific memory is I was in a class one day in like fifth grade, and one of my teachers finally came up to me and she was like, I always see you with a new book every single week. Like, how do you
Yeah.
read that fast? And I'm like, well, what do you mean? Like, that's just how I read. Do people not do that?
Yeah. Yeah. Are your parents big
So,
readers?
no.
Really?
No one in my family is a reader. We honestly have no idea where it comes from. My mom
Mm.
is very baffled by it.
Yeah.
Nobody, not extended family, nobody really likes to read. My grandma does on my
Really?
dad's side, but I don't really see her as often and I didn't get it from
Yeah.
her. Ever since I was little, I have always had a book in my hands and been wanting to read and I've been obsessed with stories and everything. So, I've always been
Interesting.
like that.
That's so cool. Why did you decide to start a booktube?
Oh, I talked about this, I think, in an anniversary video that I did. But basically, I started the summer going into college, my freshman year of college, which was 2017, possibly, is when I started my
Okay.
booktube channel. And I just ended my senior year of high school, and my senior year of high school was one of the worst years of my life.
Yeah.
I just like I didn't know what I at this point I didn't know what I wanted to do in college. I was basically just majoring in English. I originally was at a different school before I'm at the school that I'm at now. I got into the English department there and I was going to be an English major, which I am not. I'm an education major now.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know what I'm English degree at all.
Exactly.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so I didn't know what I wanted to do. I wasn't really passionate in what I wanted to do with my life. Everyone else, all of my friends knew exactly what they wanted to do with
Mhm.
life. I didn't. And it's like senior year of high school, you're supposed to know all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, and then just some things in my family happened. And like, I just got like ghosted by the first boy that kissed me. And it was like horrible. And like,
What a
I was
jerk.
just so, I know, I was so depressed. I was like
Yeah.
depressed and I was like, I don't know what to do. And I was like, I want to
Mhm.
make some friends. I want to hopefully cure my depression
Yeah.
with making a booktube channel and making myself happy. So basically, I started my booktube channel to be a happier person. So it ended up working out because booktube was
That
one of
is
the best things that could have
awesome.
happened to me.
Yeah. Seriously. Like I started my channel in December of 19 and like with no idea that 2020 was coming. And it has been so great. Like I don't know what I would have done without booktube. I've probably been depressed for sure. For
Same.
sure. Yeah. So genre, your favorite genre, I would assume is romance.
Yep.
So how did you get into that? So I mean, you're reading as a kid, like how did you just pick up a library book or how did you like find romance?
I have always been a romance lover. Like, I don't really read all that many young adult books now,
Mhm.
but I was known in high school. I just cram packed romance books when it came to young adult, like young
Yeah.
adult contemporaries
Mhm.
were like my jam. I read them
Yeah.
all the time. And I was known, even as a little kid, I would like tab all of the romance kiss scenes in all of the books,
Oh,
even in middle school. Like I would dog ear at the bottom of the pages for like
yeah.
kissing scenes because that's the scenes that I like to go back on and look on because they
How
were just so cute and I
funny.
loved romance. And
Mhm.
I've always loved romance and young adult books. And then I read Sarah J. Maas. Well, I was
Yeah.
also obsessed with Twilight and Edward was
Okay.
everything to me. But
Right. Yeah.
like I feel like that was my major spark for getting into
Mhm.
romance was my love for Twilight. But
Yeah.
then in high school, I read Sarah J. Maas. I read the ACOTAR series and
Right.
ACOMAF specifically. And I wanted books like that. And so I ended up stumbling upon a little romance book called Radiance by Grace Draven, which is one of my favorites of all time.
Yeah.
And it just was a deep dive from there. So,
Yeah. How cool. So you mentioned Sarah J. Maas. What are other favorite authors? What were some of your favorite YA authors? And then now that you're older, what are some of your favorite authors?
oh, that's a tough one.
Yeah, I know.
um, yeah, I love one of my favorite young adult fantasy books of all time is called Bring Me Their Hearts by Sarah Wolf. That's a fantasy romance. It is so much fun. It's so unique. It's
Yeah.
like I don't want to go into like the description because it'll take too long and then I'll rant
Okay.
about it. But
Okay.
like it's amazing. I have a whole review on it on my channel. But I
Okay.
love that young adult book. I still need to continue with the series, but
What else does
I
she write?
absolutely
That name sounds so familiar, and yet I can't think of why. Does she write
I
anything
don't know
else?
if she's writing anything else. I don't think
Okay.
so.
There's somebody
I'll
Wolf.
look it up later.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. I don't really know. I'm looking on I'm currently at home right now and I'm looking at all my old books. Oh, I of course was obsessed. Sorry.
No, go ahead. You're good.
Oh, I was obsessed with The Hunger Games, obviously, and Twilight. And I was obsessed with the Selection series.
I have not read
only
that
the first three.
Okay.
Only the first three. The other two, they don't exist.
Okay. Okay. Good to know.
What else? I don't know.
Did you did you like Morgan Matson and Sarah Dessen and kind of those like sweeter books?
I didn't really get into Morgan Matson. I tried reading her road trip book, that one road trip book that she has.
Okay.
I think it's like Amy Rogers' Epic Detour or something like that.
Yep.
And that was my first book. Like I read that back in high school, and I never DNF'd books, like didn't finish a book ever. Like it would always power through. That's the first book that I probably DNF'd.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Have you read her
it was
since?
not my No, I haven't.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't read that one, but I like her in general for YA.
I know that most people really love that book. I'm just like the outlier here. It just wasn't my jam for some reason. I just also don't like road trip books when it's a contemporary setting.
Yeah.
So, but when it comes to like favorite young adult authors, back when I only read YA, I don't really have a specific favorite one other than like the typical like Twilight, everything like that, because I read so many different things. I didn't read all the backlist of an author. I don't think I've ever read the whole backlist of one author before, just because I really like to read many different things. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe that's a 2021 challenge though.
That's a challenge. I'm trying to currently read all of Ruby Dixon's books, but they are a lot.
Yeah, she has a lot. Just Ice Planet Barbarians has how many?
I've read all of those, and those are like 19.
Wow. That is a lot. That is a lot.
That doesn't include the spin-off series also.
That's too much. I like, and maybe if I got hooked from the beginning, but now I'm like, I can't commit to that.
Yeah, that's probably how most people are. I'm just weird like that wants to read all 19 books.
Hey, aren't they kind of short though? Are they?
Yeah, they're all under 300 pages.
Okay. So still a lot, but, so what are some of your favorite tropes? You said you don't like road trip, but what are your favorites?
I love friends to lovers like so much.
Me too.
I love friends to lovers. Like that's my dream in life, is to have a romance, friends to lovers romance, but I don't know if that'll happen, but
maybe.
But who knows? But I love I like to dip my toe into literally everything. I like to just diversify myself with so many different genres and tropes and everything. But Friends to Lovers is amazing. I really love single parent romances and nanny romances because I've been a nanny and I love watching all of that unfold in a book. And one that I really love, like a very specific trope, is when there's like a gruff, like alpha hero that's like brooding and everything. And then he falls in love with like the innocent, sweet hero and he becomes like sweet for her and
Yeah.
everything, like specifically her. And
Yeah.
that's just so, I love
Yeah.
that.
Do you feel like that's relatable? I could totally
Possibly.
I could totally see you just getting with this like big alpha guy and you guys just being the sweetest little cinnamon roll couple together. I would love it. I would love it.
Yeah, I would love that too. If you
Yep.
find the person for me, go
Okay.
ahead.
Okay. Well, except you'd have to move on north for me. Move up to Kansas. Come on up and I'll find you a man. So are there any tropes you won't read? Like anything you're like, hard no.
Road trip books. Yeah, I steer clear of them. Yeah, when it comes to contemporary setting, when
Yeah.
they're at fantasy books, a fantasy
Yeah.
romance dealing with the road trip aspect, I love those because it's not like in a
Really?
car and you're listening.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like contemporary settings for road trips just don't work for me. I obviously can't stand cheating in books.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, there's a very rare instances where it's okay for me. I just recently read a book. I don't remember the title of it, but she was leaving an abusive relationship though, and she was still with her, like she was still
Okay.
married to her husband. Like
Sure.
that is understandable, but
Yeah.
like, um, most of the time, cheating is a no go for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you read Colleen Hoover?
Yes.
Do you like her? You do.
Yes.
I do too.
Yeah.
She's so
Yes.
divisive. Like, I always hesitate to even ask that question because people are either like, yes, I love her, or like, no, don't talk to me about that.
I feel you on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
People definitely are either like, I love her or I hate her. And there's never
Yes.
really a middle ground.
Yeah. What do you wish there was more of in the publishing world? Or do you? Like, is there any genre or trope or thing that you really want to see more of?
I would love to see more disability representation in
Hmm.
romance books specifically. I have been trying, like I've been just like scraping the bottom of the barrel of like
Yeah.
in like places to look for like diverse romances when it comes to disability rep
Hmm.
because being someone that has a chronic illness, I've maybe
Yeah.
read 2 books in my entire life that like deals with a chronic illness of some sort. And I feel like a lot of people in the world deal with that.
Yeah.
A lot of people deal with some sort of disability and
Hmm.
that's not really shown in books. And so I really would love that. And something that also that I want more in books that I find really funny that just isn't in books that I realized is you don't really notice it, but like allergies or like food
Yes.
intolerances or food allergies,
Yes.
there's nothing.
Never. Never. Like,
I
and like half the
know.
world has those. Like,
Exactly.
never.
And like being someone who like I have celiac disease, gluten
Right.
allergy, I can't eat gluten, and I've not read a single book that has that in there. And there are so many people in the world who deal with the
Yes.
same thing I do.
Or like I'm lactose intolerant and
Yes.
yeah, like I've maybe read a couple, maybe. And if so, it's like I'm lactose intolerant. I shouldn't eat this ice cream, but I'm going to anyway. And I'm like, that is not how it is. That is not how it is.
That's how that's how some people are, but most people aren't.
Yeah.
Like I would never in a million years, if I wanted a regular cookie, I would
Yeah.
never go eat the cookie because I know how I'm gonna feel after. And that's how I feel
Yes.
like a lot of people are. And so I wish that there was more of that in books. I know it's like little
Mhm.
simple and nobody really thinks about that, but I
Mhm.
would love that representation, you know?
Well, and I wonder if that's because, like, I think it would almost require an own voices writer to get it right. Like if you don't suffer from a chronic illness, like it's a scary topic to tackle because it's so easy to get wrong, I think. And
Very
so
true.
I wonder if
Very
that's
true.
part of the reason because I think we're getting more disability rep, but either it's not done well or it's like
Mhm.
about very common issues. But I don't know. Like I wish I'm with you. I wish there was more of that. But I'm like, I wonder what the holdup is. Because like you said, it's
Yeah,
so
same.
common, like in
Mhm.
real life to come across somebody with a chronic illness or a food allergy or something. We never see
Yeah,
it. Never ever see it.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like there are just so many people out there in the world who have some sort of disability of some kind and like I want more representation in it just because it like I feel like a lot of people assume or think that people who do have a disability or some like mental or physical that
Mhm.
like they're not in romance books and also they can't fall in love, like,
Right.
like that's just how I see it. Like more people need to realize that people like that have their own love stories as well.
Well,
So
yeah, it again like draws the line between normal people and sick people, or, people with these different things that are not bad. They're just different, and everybody still has romance. Everybody still has, like that. Yeah, I think, and especially for young people, being able to see yourself in a book is so important. So, what are some of your favorite books of this year, of 2020? Because this will air in 2021. So, what were some of your favorites in 2020?
I loved Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert.
Yeah.
I absolutely adore that one because that one has chronic illness representation in it, and I connected to that so much. Like
Yeah.
I loved that. And Talia Hibbert overall is just an amazing author, and she writes such diverse books. Because I've also read a cut of many books by her in 2020,
Yeah.
and I even read one by her. It's called That Kind of Guy, and that one has my own personal chronic illness in it. That's the first time
Yes.
I've ever seen. And
Yes.
I absolutely adore that book, and just her in general. I love her diversity. She has so many like so many topics of diversity when it comes to disabilities, sexuality,
Yeah.
um, race. Like it's just she's an amazing writer.
Yeah.
I also really love um, The Madness of Lord Ian Mackenzie by Jennifer Ashley, another book that has disability rep in it.
Yeah.
That's a historical romance where our hero has autism. And
Oh,
I
okay.
I love that so much. It was
Yeah.
so good. And I literally just made a list uh on a notebook. I'm trying to remember what I put on it. Um
It's okay if you can't think of any more.
yeah,
I like off the top of my head, I'd be like, what did I read yesterday? I don't know.
exactly.
What were some of your least favorites? Can you remember any that are like, uh-uh?
Um, Ones that's sticking out to me is a DNF that I read in November. I don't know if
Yeah,
you've watched my November wrap up yet, but
I have not.
that one was really bad. It's called His Human Surrogate. It's an alien romance book. And I know it's bizarre. The title is bizarre. It's a
Yeah.
bizarre book. I didn't finish it because like for some reason, I don't know why. I was talking to Kayla from On the Fritz about this because she
Uh-huh.
commented on my video about it. But like, there's this trope sometimes in romance books that I don't understand, where like a person will try to be with somebody while they're asleep, and it just like
Yeah.
why,
Yes.
like
No,
why?
not okay. Not okay.
And so that happened in that book, and I finally just didn't finish it. I was like, no, this is disgusting. Why the heck
Yeah.
would you do that?
Yeah, like that's not cute. So what's your DNF policy? Do you, do you do it?
Um, I don't really have a policy. I know that a lot of people are like, oh, by 50 pages, if I'm not hooked, I'll
Yeah.
DNF it or something like that. I'm not really like that. I normally will push through books. If there's a certain scene or a certain instance, and I'm like, this is gross, this is disgusting, or I'm very uncomfortable, or
Yeah.
I find that very offensive or something, I'm like, okay, I'm done, put the book down. There's
Yeah.
not really a page limit for me.
Sure.
Normally a lot of people, if they're bored, they put down the book,
Yeah.
I just push through.
Do
But
you?
like my main things are if I hated it,
Yeah.
probably put it down just because like some things I didn't like in it or is offensive in any way. There are instances where there's a trigger for me and I'm like, I can't read that.
Yeah.
I'll put it down once the trigger is in there. And so those have
Yeah.
happened for me. Yeah.
Yeah. So are you more of a DNFer than you used to be?
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I used to be like back in high school, I'd be like, I have to read everything. I have to read
Yeah.
everything. And,
Yeah.
if I don't read everything that I thought that like if I don't read everything, like I'm a failure. Like
Yeah.
why would you not finish a book,
Yeah.
But like it's okay to not finish a book. Like it's okay to say you
100%.
didn't finish it.
I get so
Yeah.
frustrated though that I wasted the time, and like and
Absolutely.
especially like since Goodreads, I'm like, I can't even count this. So I'm like,
I
am
do
I
count it. I
do
still
you?
count it. I still count it. I just like I put it on my like I said that I finished it and then I just put it
Uh-huh.
on my DNF on
Yeah.
Goodreads and then
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. What are you currently reading? Which this will be outdated,
Um,
but still, I'm curious.
I just finished it's over there. I literally just finished last night, Again the Magic by Lisa Kleypas,
Oh,
and that
yeah.
is for a Secret TBR video.
Okay.
I don't know if it's out by the time this video goes out, but I am reading it because someone recommended it to me, and so it's gonna be a
Okay.
video full of other people's recommendations. So,
Cool.
that's a historical romance that I really liked, and I finished that literally at, like, 3 AM last night.
Oh, geez. Have you
I
read her
know.
contemporaries? Lisa
I
Kleypas's?
have not read her contemporaries. No,
I
I didn't know she
have
had contemporaries.
Yes, she has one series called The Travises, I think, and it starts with a book called Sugar Daddy, and I really liked that, but have not finished the
Oh, I
series.
think I've heard you talk about that.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
I just read shit, I'm gonna get this wrong because I just blogged about it, and every time I said it wrong. Christmas Eve at Friday Harbor, and it's part of her Friday Harbor series. And so, yeah, I a lot of people though are like, I had no idea she did contemporary.
Yeah. 'Cause I
So,
know I heard you talk like that book sounds really familiar, and I think
yeah,
I've seen you hold up the cover
yeah,
before, so I know that you read that, and I just didn't put 2 and 2 together that it was a
the
contemporary,
same
I guess,
Lisa
in my
Kleypas.
brain for some
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
it's
But I read,
interesting.
I've read only the Ravenel's series by her. I'm about to start the last book in that series later
Okay,
today. Oh wait, no, I'm on the hold for it, so in a couple of
okay.
days, so
I read Mine Till Midnight, I think, which is the Hawthorne series, I think. And
mhm.
I'm the only person I know, I think, that did not like it. Or I mean, I was just like, okay, but I'm not a huge historical fan, so probably a me
Yeah.
problem. Yeah.
Jen just gave me that book for Christmas, so I
Oh,
have that book
really?
now.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
like I said, I think everybody else loves it, so I'm sure you will, but I'm just nah. Okay, well, are
Some
you
people
ready?
are like that
Yeah.
with historicals.
Yeah.
Sorry, some people are that with historical, so
Yeah. Are you ready for the rapid fire this or that?
sure. Yes, let's do it.
Okay. Ebook, audiobook, paperback, or hardback?
Audiobook all the way.
It just is a lifesaver lately, especially. It's like if I can't get a digital copy, I'm like, "Mm."
Yeah, I've been in a huge physical reading slump recently.
Me
Like
too.
Again, The Magic was the first book I've read physically this whole entire month. I can't,
Really.
I don't know why. Audiobook, I can do so much during doing an
Yes.
audiobook, you know? I can just do so
Yes.
much.
Okay. This is not even rapid fire, but I want to pause here and talk about your post-it note strategy because that to me is like brilliant. Do you still have that cupboard that you do that with, or like you write a post-it note of what you have to do and then put it on the other side like when you've done it?
I currently don't have them with me. But that was a lifesaver, honestly, when I was doing
Yes.
schoolwork. Um, I don't have them currently with me because I'm not in school right now, and I
Right.
mainly did it to get schoolwork done and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
And I did it. I created it during quarantine, and so
Yeah.
I just had so much to do during quarantine and everything. But I haven't done that since I lived in my parents' old house.
Oh,
Um,
really?
because like in my apartment, the way that I would do that method is I have a giant sliding glass door
Yes.
for my
Yes.
closet, and so
Yeah.
I dry erase.
Oh.
If you see some of my ebook hauls, you can maybe see all the writing on my mirror back
Okay.
there. And
Yeah.
so every time I'm done with it, I'll cross it or I'll erase it. But
Yeah.
I loved that sticky note method. Like it was everything. It kept me sane.
Yes. Yes. Well, I'm a very tactile person. Like I learn best by like doing things like that. Yes. And so like you did that and I was like, my mind is blown. Why have I never done that? And so now I'm like trying to find a space that my 2-year-old won't mess with because I love that.
Mhm.
I love that idea.
I also recommend, in case she does get a hold of them,
Yeah.
what my mom did. Well, I'd made cute little illustrations for them. And so
Mhm.
my mom took them to get them laminated so they wouldn't get bent and everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I just put tape on
Well,
the back and then I would keep it.
now I'm thinking that could be a great thing. Like I could make a chart for her that says like brush your teeth, brush your hair. That is
Yes! Oh my gosh, Chloe, that sounds amazing.
so many good ideas. Yes, but like keep her little 2-year-old self in check. Get her a little
Yes.
I love that idea.
And that also
Okay.
just helps, like, that just helps also with like your like brain working to get also for her to
Yes.
probably get used to everything, you know? I'm getting to
Yes.
like teacher mode here.
I know. Well, do you know that my degree is in education too?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It's like, and so all of these like graphic organizers are so great,
Yes.
especially when you make them physical. Love it.
Yes.
Okay, back to the rapid fire, this or that. Buy or borrow?
Bye.
Yeah.
I
Uh,
don't I feel bad because if I borrow a book, I won't give it back for a very long time. I already know
what
that.
about the library? Do you use the library very much?
I only use library for audiobooks.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
When it comes to audiobooks, I'm a borrower.
Of course, yeah. I like have
Yes.
always just used the digital resources for the library, but lately I've just been loving going in and browsing and picking stuff up, and yeah, I've been loving it. But then I'm like, anything good, I then am like on thrift books wanting to buy it so I could add it to the
Yep.
collection. So
Yep.
I
Well,
don't know
also
that it
during
saves me
quarantine,
money.
library, you couldn't go into the library during quarantine. I don't think
Yeah,
you still at my hometown, like back in Houston, like you couldn't. I don't think you still can't go into the library. So
yeah, yeah. Hmm. Quiet or background noise?
background noise.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I can't do
Me
silence.
too.
I can't do silence. I can't even fall asleep to silence. Can't do it.
Me too. And do you have anxiety?
Yes,
I wonder if that's an anxiety thing because it's
I
like,
think it is.
I think our brains are just like moving too fast. So silence is like stressful.
Yes, I feel the exact same way. Yep,
Yeah.
that's me
Yeah.
to a T.
Yep. Indoor or outdoor?
Ooh, can I say both?
Yes. Well,
um,
I feel like you
when it
need
comes to
to
like reading,
say
I love
outdoor.
reading outside.
Yes. That's a, like your vlogs, especially lately. We're filming this in the middle of December and like you are still doing vlogs outside. And I'm like, I have got to move to Texas.
Yes, please do.
Yes.
Texas is awesome.
I am
We're
pushing. I'm pushing and pushing for us to move back to Austin because I loved it. And I would just ugh, I would be close to you, Bree, Morgan from Nothing Better Than a Book. Like it would I just have to.
Kayla's also here in
Yep, Kayla.
Texas.
That's right.
Yep.
She's in Austin, I think. I need to. I'm
She's
gonna just like pass
she's
around
really
my
close.
husband's phone number to all of you guys. You guys can all just start texting him and just be like, "Hey, Texas is cool." I would love it.
Yes.
I would love it. Meet your favorite author or meet your favorite character?
I think character. Yeah.
Do you
And I
know
don't
who?
even know what character that would
I
be in
was
all
gonna
honesty
say.
though.
I don't either. I don't either.
um,
For sure. I my answer would be character too, I think. Book to film or book to TV show?
ooh. Probably film just because like a bunch of the TV shows that I've watched that are book to movie or whatever, when it comes to a
Mhm.
TV show and a book
Yeah.
representation, a lot of the times like I get bored. You
Mhm.
know, it doesn't
Yeah.
hold my same attention as a movie does.
Yeah.
That's just probably a me person. I also feel like a TV show could maybe span it out and give more of an accurate representation of a book. I understand that, but like me personally, I just don't have the attention span, you know?
Yeah. The commitment's just not there. I can't do it. Yep. Yep. Um, classics or new releases?
Probably classics.
Really?
Yeah.
Like
It takes
all
me a
classics?
very long time to get a release.
Yeah. Yeah. No new books or no rereading?
Oh gosh. Um, I like to do both, which I love doing both. But if I had to pick, I would say no rereading, just because there's
Yeah.
so many books I want out in the world, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. But then you like think about your favorites and never getting to, especially like
I
the
know.
ones that are so personal. It's like I need that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Standalones or series?
Oh, these are so hard.
They are.
Um, Probably standalones.
Okay.
Standalones. Even though I love series,
Yeah.
um, yeah, I just have to say standalones.
What do you feel like is the sweet spot for series? Like how many
Like
books?
number wise,
Yeah.
um, When it comes to like contemporary romances, if it's more than 6, I think it's too much.
Yeah.
Um, when it comes to paranormal or fantasy, you can go on with that for days. I won't mind.
Ah, that's funny. Um, Solo or book club?
Probably solo. Oh, I don't know. Like I haven't really been in like I have like my own book club, but we only read like one book a month and do a
Yeah.
live show on it. But like, I don't know. I would love a book club to like I need like people to talk about the book with, you know?
Yeah.
Like I always need somebody to talk to about a book.
Yeah.
But I don't really like reading a book club, specifically a book club, so probably
Yeah.
solo just because like I get so pressured to read a
Yeah.
book if it's in a
Yeah.
book club. No,
Yeah.
I like if I'm like told to read a book, I will put that book off until the last minute. That's just the way my brain works.
Yes. Well, and I feel like even running your own book club, even if you're the one picking the book, I'm like, but maybe I don't want that right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
huge mood reader problems.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Which I think like I've considered throwing this question out because I feel like booktube is like the best of both worlds because you pick what you read, when you read it, all of that, and then you get on and talk about it and there's somebody else that has read it. So you kind of get
Yep.
both.
Yeah.
Coffee or tea?
Neither. I don't drink either.
Neither. Do you do any
Neither. No, I
caffeine?
I run on water.
Really?
I've been advised by my therapist that
Yeah.
caffeine just isn't for me, isn't for people with anxiety. And so I don't
I
want to
know.
worsen that.
I know.
So I'm a big taste person.
Yeah.
If something does not taste good, I don't eat it, I don't drink it. Like that's why I don't
Yeah.
drink alcohol, like really
Yeah.
ever. There's only one drink that I like. And it's like at Trader Joe's.
What is
So
it? What is it?
it's a peach Bellini.
Okay. So
It's really good.
do you like soda?
Yeah, there's only like a specific number of sodas that I drink though.
Yeah.
Like I can't stand Coke. Coke tastes
Yeah.
gross to me. But
Yeah.
I love Sprite. Like anything
Yeah.
lemon lime
Yes.
flavored is great. I can't stand sparkling water though. Sparkling water is gross to
Interesting.
me too. But I love water. It's just weird. I know.
Weird. Weird. But I get it though. Like I'm very like with all the lemon lime sodas, I only like 7 Up. I don't really like Sprite. I don't
Ooh.
really like Sierra Mist. I really only like 7
Mhm.
Up. Weird.
I really love Sprite Zero. I've gotten used to
Yes.
Sprite Zero. Like that tastes really good to me.
I don't love it, but that's what Sonic has. And so a lot of times I'll drink it anyway because Sonic is worth it.
Mhm.
So last question is what's your favorite snack?
My favorite snack. I gotta go with Cool Ranch Doritos.
Okay. Cool Ranch Doritos.
Those things are great.
They're they're addicting. Like chips in general. Salty stuff is
Oh
so
yeah.
chips, crackers. Yep, it's an issue. Yep.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. It was so fun chatting with you.
It's so much fun chatting with you
Yes.
too.
Yay. This like we do these and I want to like immediately edit them and post them because I just love this. But you guys will see this in January and it will be extra fun then. So thank you, thank you, thank you, Avery. I hope you have a good day.
Of course, you too. Thank you so much for asking me about a part of this. This is just so much fun.
Yes. I love it. And like, oh, I this will never end, but I love, like I said, I learn a lot from you both in the post-it method and then also I love how you do shout outs. And I've been like trying to think of a different way to do them because for those of you who have not subscribed to her yet, she has like a cup and she just every once in a while will pick one out and talk about that person and it's so great and it's so sweet and it's so I just love it. And so yeah, you are an
I haven't
inspiration.
done
Keep
that
doing
in
what
a
you're
while.
doing. Yeah.
Stop.
But no, but that's what is great about it is like you don't say I'm going to do it in every single video. You don't, it's just like kind of and it's off the cuff like I like this person. So, yeah, it's nice.
I'm looking back on it now. I really wish that I would have done a shout out every day of Vlogmas. I wish I would have done that. That would have been
Yeah.
amazing. That's probably an idea for next year.
Yeah.
But I'm again staying with my parents and I don't have my cup with me, so I wouldn't have been able to do that anyway. I didn't want to make a whole another cup There's so
Yep.
many people I'm subscribed to.
Yep. And like, do you have a list of the people that you've already shouted out?
I actually do.
You
Yep, I'm a
do?
big list person. I
Yes, me
keep
too.
everything. I have like
Good.
I have a spiral journal literally just of lists I've made. I'm a
Yeah.
huge list person. And
I want to see
I have a
that.
list, and every time I shout someone out, I'll cross it off.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Have a good rest of your day.
You too. Bye.
Bye.